Hari Om, welcome back to Jagrata Nabodhita. You've been watching my videos in this channel for quite some time now. So I've been talking about the spiritual topics and also the topic related to consciousness awareness. So today's topic is going to be specifically focused on make service as an integral part of your life. How do we do that? Is in terms of our connectedness with this world and the souls living in the world. So, we are talking about the power of love, the power of connectedness, also the power to give it to others, take less, give more. It's easier said than done. That's what many people think. But the fact remains that it is actually possible only when you have that kind of thinking that it is easier to help others, give it to needy people, and do all possible things good in this short span of life. So one is connectedness, I talked about. The second is love. And when you talk about these two, ultimately we are talking about liberation. Liberation is possible only when you charter through all these phases of life so that you give more and relieve yourself from rebirth in this world. I know it is very difficult to do that, but if you're focused on spirituality, if you focus on certain things in life, how do you conduct yourself, then possible to achieve this, the milestones. You know, every thought you generate, every word you speak, you utter, has a consequence. Therefore, please mind your tongue. The lesser you speak, the better it is for us to liberate ourselves. I'll give an example of Bhagavad Gita. The Sarahamsa of that is fire is obscured by smoke, and as looking glass by dust, and as the embryo is enveloped by the Om, W-O-M-B, Om, which is there in mother's womb, we talk about it, is, the wisdom is also covered by desires. The moment that cover is taken care, not covered by that, the wisdom actually flourishes. And when you get that wisdom to differentiate of what is good for you, then probably we all will be able to take a decision in life to do something for the society and the people who are living with us, in and around us. When we talk about relationship, connectedness, I want to just share my thoughts with you. You just be a companion to others in your life journey, whether they are your children, parents, relatives, friends. Just be a companion. You don't have to do great things, but think of good things. At least think of possibilities of doing good things to them, showing affection to them, and speak with children always. When you have children, speak with them whenever possible. It could be dining table. It could be on a walking path. It could be anywhere. Encourage them to talk politely with grace and love. And you should be a role model. And many parents, including me, in the earlier stages, would have behaved differently, shouting at children. And later on, I realized that love and affection is the only thing which will work in the long run, and which will also liberate you from what you're looking for in life. So be a good communicator. So I'm not talking about corporate communication. I'm talking about a good communicator being full of love and affection and all positive things in life. If you do good, you will get back manifold. And if you do or even think of evil, you will get in geometric progression. So you have to be very careful of choosing or discriminating between these two to take your own path. Coming back to the connectedness, connectedness is not only connectedness with the people, showing affection, love, connectedness with the eternal source. That is what is the purpose of this birth. It is a rebirth from passion to pure. Pure means purity, and then for gross earth consciousness. So, talking about gross earth consciousness, the first stage. Then you talk about physical consciousness. I already explained in my earlier video, and then material consciousness, of course. Material, we are all aware of it, and then move into a state of spiritual consciousness, and that is the purpose of life. And every one of us will realize sometime or other in our life when a situation like COVID-19 comes, we all pray that we should live. And when we are living happily, chasing material, we never think about it. Now you think about others also, it is quite possible. And you think of a lot of things on uncertainty of life. Then you start looking at doing something good. But it has to be a way of life. Make service as an integral part of life. That is what my message today is. So when I talk about rebirth, you are aware of one should be aware of oneself as a connected dot with a super or universal soul, which is genuine. So we're not talking about the relatives, friends, brothers, sisters, all about all this thing. It's a universal, truth, and there is a universal consciousness, which is an eternal source from where we all came from. It is a rebirth of your very identity, a casting away, a dying from your older self. And I could even go to the extent of saying daily rebirth and re-emerging is actually what this is all about. So re-emerging into a new identity. Re-emerging is not just an old identity. It has to be a new identity, looking at all possibilities of good things in life. So it is a new identity I'm talking about. That's what we all should be traveling. So move away from the so-called dross, gross, undivine to authentic, genuine spiritual power of love. So today's topic, I covered something on connectedness, love, and liberation, which is nothing but moving away from this dross, gross, undivine to authentic, genuine spiritual power of love. That is nothing but divinity. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and please stay in touch with me for any further clarification on the subject.